Juggernaut certainly checks those boxes, as you said. I mean, and he's going to make his way down with the team, and talking about they're going to delay this smoke, and usually means they're going to be looking for a kill earlier on. And there we go. They smoke up now, so we'll see if they're able to hunt somebody down. Templar Assassin is the one that's in the area. She's going to be on the high ground.
Have they done their research? Because Aster does this more frequently than any other team in the tournament right now. So they should have a suspicion that this is happening. By the way, remember, this is going to be a safe lane TA. We forgot to mention that, except the Tiny, of course.
Yep.
So yeah, TA is going to be caught out here. Will be dragged back. No? No chance. They can't get anything done there. I
believe I was having that conversation with Gods the other day, where we had a Templar Assassin and a Shadow Fiend even in the same game, where we're still talking about the idea. It's like, these are just two iconic mid-heroes throughout Dota's history, yet recently they're potentially, and even in some cases, seen more in the safe lane, and just something about that feels odd. But this game, it is going to be the mid Shadow Fiend, but yeah, the safe lane Templar Assassin coming out.
I feel like a little bit of a Muppet now, because it makes more sense, right? Like the TA, I mean, you could put him against the SF, but like, where was the Tiny then going to go? You don't want to stick the Tiny down there. This way, the way this works, by the way, like usually you think SF dominates melee heroes because raise, but the cool thing about a hero like Tiny is you just walk in, you throw out your stun, clears the wave, you club them once or twice and go. And what is this fight right now? Oh, good lord! Pandamu goes down, and Siamese lives.
Oh, yeah, I mean, Thunder Awaken was really stretching for that kill, and fighting into the Juggernaut, especially with a spin ready to go, that was risky. Marcy realized what was going on. She came over, and suddenly the turn was there. So it's going to be a 1-0 start for Team Aster, and you got Pandamu now teleporting to the bottom lane after that death, but it's beneficial for them.
I didn't expect it to play out that way. Like, I was keeping an eye on it, but I was like, oh yeah, the Nyx missed his stun. They'll just walk away now. But
yeah,
got a Marcy. Gotta do what you gotta do. Goes in, just sets up a nice little turnaround there. Just the power of Marcy being felt not even a minute into the game.
Nyx Assassin gets the successful pull off, as Clockwork is going to let him know he's not happy about it, at least. He has another battery assault in a couple seconds, but he'll just let him be. Oh, spin.
What?
Sacred. Oh, no.
Oh, okay.
Clockwork? Clockwork's got him, though. No, he doesn't even need it.
That's a very long sword, you may notice. Kind of looked like he shouldn't have it, right? It's like, nah, he's definitely out of it. But the issue for Darks is he's 5 movement speed slower, so he'll always be chased down at this stage. And of course, you're in level 1, so no surge. I'm just keeping an eye on this bot lane, though, because I think this bot lane is not as comfortable as it apparently seems for a TA. The issue you have is, while Refraction should protect you against the burst, Baboka's able to instantly get on top of you, so they can easily whittle away at these early Refraction charges, and then you're just going to get burst down by Soul Assumption.
Ooh, you can tell Pandamu. Baboko's beelining right for him and freezes him in place, though, so manages to get away. But yeah, Marcy not going to be afraid to play aggressive, of course, as the lane will push back towards the Templar Assassin. Top lane, Clockwork is rotating back around as Juggernaut's taking some good harassment from Nyx Assassin.
So
now Clockwork's coming in. You got to be careful if you're Nyx now.
Yeah, I mean, Clock doesn't want to tank it either. It's just, he's only level 1 Iron Shard, but it still adds up. So he'll just push Matthew away. He won't try to like test towards a kill. Because Siamese C, the alternative is he could have stayed near to creeps and gotten a little bit of XP for level 2, and then go for a Cogs play. But your goal here is simply just to allow Monet to farm. As long as he's farming, you've done your job well.
Yeah, and so far he's definitely farming, especially when you factor in that first blood that took place before the game even really started. So our mid lane matchup. Tiny versus Shadow Fiend. Tiny currently is 14-2 against 13-2 Shadow Fiend, so it's not that dominating Shadow Fiend performance that we've been seeing a lot of these SFs in the mid.
No, it's because of this. You just walk in, you avalanche. If you time it right, you don't just get your creeps, you also interrupt him from doing a Shadow Raise. So he might miss CS occasionally, which is why Tiny's now slipping a little bit in the lead.
Top lane.
I mean, they whiffed the stun again, right? Yeah, this keeps happening. Surge will at least save them, but someone's going on here. I mean, we saw that whiff stun deep in the jungle. It's happening again. So the Matthew needs to be careful about this, because if you miss the Impale, this combo will not hesitate to jump you. Speaking of being jumped in this bot lane. Oh, Pekaz, I mean, he's going to experience the burst, but Boca tries to commit as much as he can. Pekaz is going to be brought down, though. The power of Soul Assumption, 4-second cooldown on this insane ability.
Well, power of sidekick as well from Marcy. I mean, yes,
True.
she dies, but it took a good 2-3 auto attacks and more even from the Templar assassin to secure that kill, and I think that's what was really the nail in the coffin for him as far as his death. So, played by XXS.
Marcy, oh, she was looking to party. Nice read by Mago not to walk up for the creep, though. It's that typical rotation. You start to get a feel for it around the 4-minute mark, especially when Marcy's died, she's going to show up somewhere else. And make no mistake about it, if Mago come forward for that creep, there would have been a rebound jump in, and he would have been dead.
He comes forward now, but Marcy already heading back to the bottom lane as he'll just throw out an avalanche to help with some CS.
This is so uncomfortable.
Control.
Like, it's actually, like, you'd think the Templar Assassin's the type of hero that would be very cozy in this type of lane until 6 on Visage, but Marcy just changes so much about many matchups. And you remember in the draft, I said the idea of something like a Bane because it gives you the burst. And the cool thing about Marcy is even though she's a melee hero, her combo contributes enough and it gets you in deep enough that you're always going to stack up a lot of Soul Assumption damage.
See right there, Templar Assassin using the side blades to at least farm some of the skeletons from the jungle of the Dark Troll Summoner, but minimal farm, of course, coming from that. Marcy and Visage make their way into the jungle now.
He's very calm in that moment as well, because he actually got disposed back into the creeps, so he lost refraction. He's like, no, actually, I hit really hard. And Visage, the one downside that hero causes is a slow old man, 285 movement speed. Doesn't arrive fast.
That's a close call to Darks here at the top lane. Again, he has that surge, so it feels like he always should be fine, and he probably was always fine, but he gets pretty low. He has a Vanguard now, though.
He's baiting them in. He has refraction. He's trying to... Yeah, there it is. He dodges it out. They wait long enough that Baboka's committed. What a play coming out from Pekaz.
I mean, you see the damage of that Soul Assumption once again. Templar Assassin more so getting low. Even Crystal Maiden has to respect it, but yeah, good bait. Turn around and get the kill on a Marcy. And TA can open up a bit more for some farm. Top rune.
He's literally just waiting with refraction. Oh, God. Well, Nyx, just trying to help. I don't know if I call this help if I was a mid, though. This is hurting.
Yeah.
Good rotation.
At least Dark Mago gets the Invis rune.
He does. But Siamese C has been on point so far with the way he's opened this game. I feel like of the past 5s, this guy has probably consistently impressed me the most. There's just something very elegant about the way he flows around the map in the first 10 minutes.
You see Templar Assassin again, pulling back these jungle creeps and getting some farm efficiency out of them, trying to see about dueling for that one.
Yeah, you just see him pumping it. He's like, I'm ready to go, rebound now, rebound now. Oh, Panda move, brought low. Mago with the rotation, though. They know that Tiny was coming, but they can't get out quick enough. They will find the Visage kill. But Boca also will not be able to get out alive.
The tree!
Casual tree. Catch.
Take this. Runs back to the middle lane as it's flying in the air. Double kill for Dark Mago, and he's going to make his way back to the middle to continue CS. Of course, Shadow Fiend is freely, as if he wasn't already, but freely doing that CS in the mid lane. His net worth is certainly reflecting that. And speaking of net worth, can't forget about the Juggernaut. Monet has his phase boots, and he is getting the farm secured, as you were talking about for Team Aster.
It's kind of funny when you just look at the CS, you're like, oh yeah, it's just TA, SF, mid lane. You know, this is how it goes. You're like, oh wait a second. That's an out of lane TA that's been heavily pressured by 2 heroes, but it's still farming up a storm. So good job to Pekaz to recover. And it just comes down to the fact that he's not insta using refraction anymore. It's making it so much more difficult for Aster to find kills.
Some tip back and forth coming out all right.
Yeah, and you notice that TA's now gone jungle. She can't show on lane now that Visage birds are up because you lose refraction instantly. Nago gets some mini ravage with his avalanche. Jump in from Marcy, will drag him back. He's stuck in the mix now. Ori doesn't have a point in the Requiem, so can't actually use the ultimate. Mago, pretty tanky, will eventually go down, but they do get the kill on clock first. Big one's still achieved for Aster. Baboka will not be able to walk away courtesy of Panda Bay.
Yeah, so at least a couple of support kills for Thunder Awaken, as you mentioned, but clearly the key of that mid, Tiny, going down. Ori still standing very strong. Maybe Nyx Assassin is hanging around, maybe trying to get a CS in here, so prevent Ori from being efficient, but not going to be really happening as the bottle trade comes out with Clockwork TPing back in. So, yeah, it's one of those, it feels like still that Aster's CS in here, so prevent Ori from being efficient, but not going to be really happening as the bottle trade comes out with Clockwork TPing back in. So, yeah, it's one of those, it feels like still that Aster's pretty happy with the outcome despite losing 2 against the 1.
It's one of those weird feelings where it's like, oh man, we lost the Tiny, but our TA's still farming. So it's like, you know, she mirrors the SF, but then there's always this looming threat of the Juggernaut. And I like that they tried to address it now. They moved up top. Monet, in quite the pickle, has got the Omni Slash, but no point in using it.
Yeah, make the best of the bad situation, exactly. You're dead, that sucks, but, you know, get over it and TB top lane, get the kill.
Vengeance! Vengeance! Okay, that wasn't the way the gank was quite meant to go, because... Oh my... No way!
No way.
He lives!
I thought that was just going to delay it for sure, but never mind. He is dead, or he's alive. I mean, wow. I'm even still thinking that he's dead, but no, he's not. He's alive.
Do you know what the painful part was? Is if he didn't kill Clockwork, he would be dead, because Clockwork would have rocket flared to finish.
Oh, sure.
Damn. The intent is beautiful.
Hell of a good away. Well, again, back to the point that Tiny, after that death, he TP top lane, killed the Juggernaut. And we're going to say, oh, well, Templar Assassin's going to die, so an eye for an eye. Well, never mind. TA lives, is going to have to heal up, but heading back into the jungle, going to continue his farm, and TA does have the top farm in the game right now, slightly, but it is there, and that's massive for Thunder Awaken and what they need to be happening right now.
I am a little bit scared about the Visage, though. They need a direct address in this area. Cool thing they'll have soon is Nyx. Once Nyx gets level 6, you get your hands on that Vendetta. You can set up kills pretty easy peasy on the Visage.
Mid lane.
Speaking of Nyx, an even bigger kill. Oh, Baboka. Wait, careful the splash damage. Okay, he turns around just in time. Ori will turn and burn. Matthew goes down first. Avalanche will at least set up the follow-up in favor of Thunder, though.
God, it's Shadow Fiend living a lot longer than it felt like he should have, but yeah, big picture. 2 for 1, especially with that Shadow Fiend kill is massive for Thunder Awaken again, and now they're going to push the tier 1 middle tower. So, speaking of that message, he is making his way to the middle, has those familiars, of course. Got the Rocket Flare from Clockwork nearby. Freezing Phil really for a zone to be created right here from Panamu. Not necessarily going to result in much, though. And now Marcy's in. Rebound. Do they catch Tiny? Yes, it dispose back in, but is Marcy the one in trouble? Yes, she is. Gets tossed up and dead. Dark Mago on the run. The familiar, one's going to be killed, and the other stun's going to miss.
It's actually crazy to think how often these impales are not hitting, but it just doesn't matter. The way the Fun is playing this, they're just very confident. I like the fact that they're at a stage where they can afford to miss a few spells, but it doesn't cost them the fights. And it's hard to measure that. Like, there are teams in that situation like, oh, we missed our spell. We should just cut and run. We can all get out. But instead, they extract a kill where other people would probably not.
Look at TA, by the way. This massive ancient stack over here.
Glory be the TA. Look at that. It's beauty. And you see the power of these side blades. Those side blades, by the way, I love the fact that Baboka adjusted that mid lane where SF eventually went down, because if he kept running back in conjunction with Ori, like, Ori would be dead. If that had originally happened, the tower mid would already be gone, which would inflate the TA further.
We talked about it in the first series we casted them today against Tundra. Thunder Awaken, this is a team that loves to fight, and more fights are set to happen. Top lane, Sacred, he puts the wall down. He's like, all right, let's do this. Any TPs? There is a TP coming in for Crystal Maiden, it looks like. Darkseer is very tanky. And the Surge is not going to be enough, though. But can they at least kill Clockwork? Probably not. Or maybe Nyx Assassin. That Impale will land. The mana burn, a couple of auto attacks. He does not do the most right click, though. Despite Carapace, it stuns a Shadow Fiend. It gets the kill on Clockwork, but Nyx Assassin does go down.
Siamese C is doing work again. Sets up the Darkseer kill, and then you see he knows he's dead. He traps in the Nyx, enables a kill that otherwise shouldn't be happening. And man, I'm starting to feel for Matthew. It happened again when you got that DD in the mid. He hit out the Vendetta, then whiffed on the Impale. It just, I don't know if it's the pressure, you know, but it's the rough part. The reason I highlight it is I know how this works. You know, we've all been there where we play a skill shot hero and we do it low per Vendetta, then whiffed on the Impale. It just, I don't know if it's the pressure, you know, but it's the rough part. The reason I highlight it is I know how this works. You know, we've all been there where we play a skill shot hero and we do it in low pressure environments. You miss one or two and you start to kind of doubt it. you start to hesitate and you start missing more. And I just want to see him hit a few impales of his own accord without the slows. Once he gets that back in, I feel like we're going to have a pretty hardcore Nyx game on our hands.
Well, he's got the Vendetta active now, and this is what you like to see out of your Nyx Assassin, leading the way. They want this kill on Monet. Can they actually get it? Matthew setting up.
Careful the tower.
The standoff, there's the jump. Careful the tower, they don't care. They got the blow up from Tiny. He has the ion shell on him. Guess what? He's got a blink.
Aster, they're going to counter-attack this. They find Mago. So they'll equal out with a similar kill. It's not the TA, but they'll definitely take it.
Stun.
Vacuum. Stun on
He's
the
alive?
two. Mago lives! And now Shadow Fiend's in trouble. Requiem bomb to try and get away. Control comes out, and XXS is the hero of the moment. He comes around to save the day and turn it into a fight win for the moment. But now the TA is tossed in, SF is gone, and all of a sudden, it is a Thunder-favored fight again.
Yeah, that's all because Tiny lived there from the beginning. He tosses in the TA, as you mentioned. They're going to kill Clockwork as well. And that's probably going to be the end. It looks like it is, unless, I mean, they're going back bottom. Are they really going to blow up the Juggernaut again? No, he's not hanging around.
Honestly, like, watching these SA teams is so refreshing. It's not to say that the other teams are playing wrong or anything, but they're playing very defensive, right? Even when we watch Aster with the elegant approach, you know, they have a clear plan and they just execute their timings. The crazy part is the Thunder Predators play like madmen. Like they're just frothing their mouth, looking for more kills. Even when they start losing a fight, they'll still find a way to turn it. And what I love is by doing this type of style of Dota, they're forcing Aster out of their comfort zone. Aster don't get to wait around for their timings. They have to go now, now, now.
15 hero kills as we're just hitting 15 minutes into this game. And that is just for Thunder Awaken, by the way. There's 11 on the side of Aster. We certainly have the kills, but yeah, even further to that, but that's exactly what Thunder Awaken wants. This is their gameplay. This is their style. It's the constant brawls back and forth, and this Tiny is building now into that Echo Saber. We've already seen the blow up that he can do with just the blink alone. Now the Echo Saber on top's big. An item I want to also address is the Darkseer. Darkseer valuing this Crimson Guard basically as his first item. And it is big. It makes so much sense against this team, right? Yeah, all that physical damage with this lineup. And, well, it's going to be a lot of mitigation now.
I mean, it counts as not just all free cores, it also counts as one of the sports. So, like, Marcy can't even whittle away at a target with the Unleash. It's just, it's such a god tier item pick by Sacred. I love to see it as well. You know, I feel like we don't get to see much Darkseer, and we don't get to see many Crimson Guards at the moment. So, good heads-up play by him. And there's a reason there's a Bloodbath. Remember what I told you about the stats with Thunder Awaken? These guys were leading when it came to kills and assists into the event. They had the highest average damage per minute. I'm sure they're ticking that box still. And, of course, alongside that, plenty of deaths to go around. Bot lane.
Yeah, but as long as they're getting kills.
Which they are.
There you go. There's another one. Not the Juggernaut, but they'll take the Clockwork, who basically tanks that gank.
Yeah.
But TA, she was in the jungle during all this, and she just cleared another stack, by the way. The Desolator's almost online.
And she went Blink first. Yeah, like this isn't like, oh, she's only now getting a Desolator. She has Blink Dagger as well. Dragonlance Blink Dagger into Deso. So a delayed timing compared to mid-TA on getting control of the Roche Pit, but it'll be coming. XXS stays alive, just about gets out of range here. Won't be any counter kill.
Nope.
Instead, Mago goes back in because XXS hung around. Tiny, incredibly confident. Maybe he should be, though. Hop on top of him with the Omni Slash, spin afterwards, but Mago able to get away, courtesy of the Surge and the Crimson Guard.
That Crimson Guard, we just talked about it prior, they highlighted it, and that's exactly why. That was a full Omni Slash on top of him, and it just tickled, it felt like. He lives, and they're going back in. Thunder Awaken understands that Aster used a lot right there to try to win that fight in excess, and that's going to be a landed stun on Juggernaut. And the blow from TA, not enough up front, though. Great job of the stun from Marcy to prevent it. Monet's able to spin away. Ori doing what he can, standing his ground, but guess who's back? It's Tiny. He jumps back and throws out the stun. Another Crimson Guard used, just in case. 3 more dead on the side of Aster. It's a 5,000 net worth lead right now for Thunder Awaken.
Look at the health as well. Look how low each of them are getting there. Dark Mago, also Picard's. Like, the way they stretch these fights is so beneficial for their lineup. If you look at Aster's comp, they want a direct fight on the same screen, but they're never getting it. Thunder are just great at peeling this into a wide engagement. And in wide engagement, the Tiny can just go in and out with the burst potential. The TA gets time to recover the refractions. This is just phenomenal play out of Thunder Awaken. I mean, you know, we looked at the first day, we're like, you know, are they here to play? Are they going to be able to keep this up? SA has awoken in the final days. That's all I can say. Yes, it is this TLDR answer for sure.
The answer is yes, and again, I know what a lot of people thinking of the flukes, whatever. No, this is the parity in general. I know I've been using that word a lot, but I think it's worth stressing. This event, this TI, it is arguably some of the best parity we've had, dare I say, in any TI. And a lot of that is because of the South America representation, that they've had a couple here and there that sure they've had some runs into the playoffs, but as far as just multiple teams, not necessarily been the case, right? And representing very well right now, especially as we see here in Game 1.
Oh my, the hunt. XSS, he's not going to be safe here. Mago is going to move him to Surge. Toss back. What are you doing over here? Hook shot in from Sami C to keep Tiny deep. Keep him honest. XSS is just going to stand his ground. They can't do anything to him. He's got Stonefall to work with, but it's not going to save him. Requiem on the side will push them back and interrupt move with his ult, but they're back in. They're overwhelmed. Mago with the triple avalanche. This is just out of control.
The Crimson Guard, honestly, the Crimson Guard is just phenomenal for Thunder Awaken. The fact that everyone is alive is solely because of that item coming out from Sacred. Now, obviously, a lot was done there with the abilities, etc., including Darkseer, the vacuum wall combo. As you know, it doesn't get much better than that in terms of the use, right? But this Thunder Awaken team, 25 kills in 19 minutes. This is going to be first Roshan of the game, but the age is in the hands of Templar Assassin. She already has another 1,800 gold saved up. She's going towards that Hurricane Pike as well, and it feels like that can happen maybe one more time before this game is actually just over for Aster.
It's the TA power, especially once she gets back-to-back Aegis, if that does occur. And you were saying that this feels like an amazing group stage, and this feels like an amazingly balanced one. I would say that this is the best TI group stage we've seen, at least based on the first 3 days so far. And it's that feeling, not just that the teams are incredibly well balanced, it's the play style matchups, Breaky. The way that Thunder are able to dismantle what has looked like an elegant and sophisticated team such as Aster is incredible. Their non-stop brawling attitude, their relentlessness, even in the face of imminent death down at 10% HP on the heroes, is what is allowing them to get the edge. Aster wants them to reset. Aster wants them to slow down, but they will not.
No, they aren't slowing down. Then the hook shot here is just not going to connect. He's doing his best to just try to get away.
SF's gone.
They do? Yeah, that's SF. That's the big one. Sitting here thinking that, okay, he tanked the gank. Never mind. Nyx Assassin with the Vendetta. He wanted more and he got more. That's 2 more dead. Templar Assassin, look at her.
It's also super spook because it's not just the tiny blink now. Matthew scored up with his own blink dagger, so this is just getting... BKB's maybe recovery point. SF's almost got that done. Marcy far away. Visage almost feels irrelevant in this game. It's got to be said. I haven't felt the impact of XSS since the laning phase.
No, it has. There is no if and buts around that. This has not been the Visage game, especially in combo with the Shadow Fiend. That's the thing we stressed. But they haven't really been able to find their spike. And I think BKB on Shadow Fiend is part of that. He almost has that finished. Mantistel and Juggernaut is coming. And yeah, I mean, the Visage, he has the Wraith Pact at least. So I think that's, in a sense, kind of good enough. But they're pushing tier 3. I mean, you're going to have to defend this somehow. TA still has that Aegis. And like I said, the BKB on Shadow Fiend, that could be the key to success for Aster. But how do they engage this?
With great difficulty. They don't have a clean initiation. It has to be the hook shot and nothing at all. Sami C has the burden of the entire game upon him. If his initiation is anything close to subpar, they'll get wiped. But luckily for them, Thunder are not going to rush this. They are going to back away. There's still multiple towers outside of the base to take.
Yeah, and that's one of those situations where you're kind of sitting back and definitely understand what Thunder Awakens. Obviously, you can hear it. Like we talk about, you have a massive lead right now. Just you don't need to rush yourself going into the base yet when there's other objectives to be done at least. And yeah, to your point, there is a tier 2 mid. There is one top lane as well, and they may want to pay a little bit of attention to that top lane in general with Juggernaut as he's pushing it out currently. But you see Monet now falling back, realizing they're missing, and yeah, they're going to TP in and now push this top lane in.
Like, thanks for reminding me, Breaky. There is another tower to take. There's more gold to be gained, but now an instant move out by Aster. Maybe a little bit of slip of the move by Thunder because they did split up, go hunting and also TPing back. So the whole team isn't here right now. Soft underbelly may be exposed. Hook Sure.
I think he got scared. Did he want Dark Meg? I don't know.
Oh, vacuum! Okay, well, good luck. Have fun. You're stuck here. Nice. Baboka with a save, gets in the low ground. BKB now activated. Mago says that's good enough. I'm going to back off the moment, but turn around quickly. And the illusion from the wall will kill the savior of the SF. Dark Mago in, connects onto 2. SF with no BKB anymore. The follow-up stun out of Matthew is an absolute beaut here. Aster are crumbling fast in the face of SA dominance.
Omni Slash, again, the tickle damage. It feels like Monet just doesn't have enough up front. Visage is dead, and Juggernaut soon to follow. All 3 cores have no buyback. It is GG, well played. Thunder Awaken, a 24 not even minute victory over Aster in game 1. Well played.
Welcome to the lair of the SA Dragon. What a performance previously from Hokori, now following up, opening up in this series. SA are looking like the Chinese Slayers, a region that has historically been known for this sophisticated, elegant approach to the way they play and execute Dota, almost flawless in the eyes of the international community. Always a puzzling question mark, what's the answer coming into? And time again, what we're now seeing is the answer is lack of hesitation and full commitment. What a draft from Thunder Awaken, and what a way to execute to turn it into a brutally fast victory over one of the favorites here in the group stage. 24 minutes with their 7